Titans Special #1, Dan Abnett writing. Robert Gill on the art, although I'm pretty sure there was multiple artists on this because it was
Oh,
changing.
Yeah.
I've got a list at the end here.
Yeah, was one of them Sejic? Was there a Sejic section?
I think
No.
just in the. Well, it looked like I think they were playing for Cedric's art because
But it wasn't
they
him.
were teasing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sergio
different
Davila, Vicente Cifuentes, Brent Peoples, Matt Santiarelli, Brian Ching, Nicholas Scott, Max Rayner, Matt Santiarelli, and Ben Oliver.
Oh, that's quite a list. I will say the opening scene with the Trinity there, I thought the art and the faces was a pretty wonky.
Superman in particular.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling the art there. But because it was changing, there was other scenes later on that I thought were much better and were quite nice.
Yeah.
So what's interesting here is that, Abnett's Titans before wasn't exactly something that was the most loved in general or in this show. I kind of kept going back. I kind of liked it for what it was, but it wasn't like great. But I did finish. I'm up to date. I did read up till the annual and the last issue of this. But we all checked this out because this is kind of the start of the new direction for it, the new team. This does really look an issue 1 because it's like the whole thing is Nightwing going around assembling the members for this new team and why they're needed. It's because the source wall's broken and the energy that's came out of it is igniting new metahumans and maybe even adding to current metahumans. So they're the first response team for it.
Metahumans already established in DC, and so if you have all this power leaking from the source wall, it makes sense that it would activate certain people. And I like now that it almost feels like not the original, but Dick Grayson's first run as leader of the Outsiders that Winnick had done, that their whole thing was they go looking for trouble. They're going to stop threats before they become threats. And this is what this feels like now.
Yeah, and this is sanctioned by the Justice League. They're sort of a branch of the Justice League. They're in the Hall of Justice.
So do you think that's the third team that Snyder was hinting at?
Oh no, because we already knew about the Titan teams. This was like there's a third team,
Oh, okay.
another Justice League team. That's still a mystery, but yeah. Sounds like you like this, Matt. Be into it.
I liked a lot. Like, it was really choppy, but I liked the ideas present. I liked the idea of Beast Boy being an actual beast. Now, like, he can transform, but he has to focus.
He has to he struggles to maintain his human-like form.
It's human form, but he can take on these beastly attributes where he's like strong and animal-esque, and I like that. And his whole relationship with Raven has always been one of my favorite things in the Titans books. So the fact that they're on a team and stuff.
I like that with having Donna on the team, again, it's like there's 2 from that team before, and Donna's like, well, I'm the only one from the team you asked to join this new one. Like, what's up with that? Obviously the art changing, like, for almost every scene is kind of weird, and it means some scenes look really nice, some scenes don't look too hot. Makes for a weird read, but...
I thought the issue was kind of a mess, to be honest.
It was super choppy, but again, I like the ideas at play, and
I like the ideas.
There was just no flow to it.
I like the roster. I like all the characters. I don't know if I agree there's no flow. I don't know if I agree with that.
With it being so choppy, it felt so stop and start that for me there wasn't a flow.
So I keep forgetting Miss Martian's on the team, and so when someone was following him around, I'm like, oh, who's this? Who's this villain? That's why. And then I was like, oh yeah. There's a Martian on the team.
Oh yeah, I dug that. Actually, because for me it kind of worked. I thought it was kind of a weird structure because the first chunk with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, or actually it wasn't Superman, it was John. That was the whole reveal. Yeah. But that lasted so long that it feels a bit uneven in that sense. Once it became Dick going around collecting the team members, though, them having different art for each kind of like recruitment scene kind of worked because it was like okay, so we're going to a different part of the world now. We're meeting a different character, and. Because that's how a recruitment story is. You just jump around. So for me, the flow was fine.
I think that the reason that didn't work for me is because they're supposed to be. You're recruiting for a team book. I want to get a cohesive style of them as a team. I don't want to see them all just. Oh, here's one artist and then another. It just doesn't work for me at all.
Is the regular artist for the book even on this issue though?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
That doesn't really bother me really in the grand scheme of things, but. But yeah, so they all form a team. They get Natasha, of course, on the team. I liked her inclusion. It's a little bit different. And I like how everyone picked does have a different skill set. Like, it's a different type of power they have. I like the tease for Natasha where he's to Donna. He's like, "Oh hey, you're the heavy, but maybe the second heaviest when we get to the next one if she agrees." And then it cuts to Natasha and she's like, got her hammer and Which, correct me if I'm wrong, did she like pull that in like Thor at one point? Did she like?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
She did. That got extra points for me. But,
Oh, I'm sure it did.
but I also like when they can get creative and add they have a Trinity now. They have a Bat, a Superman, and a Wonder Woman character on this team. And I like when they do that. And it didn't have to be Supergirl. It wasn't, Power Girl. It was someone new.
Yeah.
And anytime they can build these newer characters, even though Natasha's been around forever, this version of her feels very new from Superwoman. So
I mean, I think a Supergirl or Power Girl would have worked on the team. It would have fit kind of with the age range and who they all are. But I think Natasha's a good fit. It's nice to see her have something to do.
Exactly. Build out these
I think
characters.
the thing I like the most about this, though, is that kind of what we were saying beforehand, before this launch, we were saying Abnett's better when there's a sense of direction, and I feel like this had direction. It feels like it's, it's working towards something.
Yeah,
It didn't feel
just
like it was,
his Aquaman.
Yeah.
For a while, it was just, pardon the pun, treading water. And then once he found that direction with the Aquamarines and then the Atlantis stuff, it's been clicking. And I feel now Titans didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, it was following up from the Titans Hunt stuff. And it was really hit or miss. So
I feel like
though,
now that it's tying into the ongoing Justice League thing, and there's like sort of something to keep it sort of pushing forward, that it might have a fresh feel to it. I think this issue did. Whether or not it does that month to month with the regular issues, we'll wait and see. But I like the new team. I like the roster. I like the interaction. It felt like there was a history there between the characters.
I really didn't like the reasoning for Miss Martian. Given that this is we've got the blessing of the Trinity. We can do our own thing, but we're League affiliated. And then she comes in, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a chaperon assigned." I'm like, okay.
Well, she's the liaison. I
but
like that.
She even says that they referred to her as a chaperone. Batman thought you might need, what was the word he used? A chaperone.
Yeah, I don't dislike that. I think that's fine.
I think it completely undermines that opening scene where they're like, "Okay, you can do your thing," and then they go, "But we're going to keep an eye on you."
Well, yeah, but even when they're saying you can do your thing in
part
the
of the
opening,
Justice League.
yeah, when they're saying you can do your thing in the opening scene, it's very apprehensive. It's very, you didn't make mistakes in the last time, but maybe you'll be different now. I didn't get from that it was going to be carte blanche. Like it still felt trepidatious to me, so it still lines up. I think
liaison works, but I think the key thing that Batman himself said that she was a chaperone. That feels like they need to be, Raven, as you says, a babysitter. And that's what a chaperone feels like. You have to.
What I liked about it though is I liked Miss Martian didn't understand why that annoys them as much, and she's still kind of happy and cheery about it. I like that dichotomy.
I feel like she's gonna be the Everett Ross, from Black Panther, to where she's part of the group, but she's not part of the group, and that's gonna be her story.
Well,
eventually she'll break through.
Yeah, I would guess that she's going to actually become a main part of the group, and she'll actually be the one who turns round to like the league and says, "No, they don't need a liaison. I'm just part of this team now." She'll learn to trust them. I think that's where this is going to go. I feel like that's what
you gotta have a starting point.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough. I think I don't like it from Batman's point of view. It says he doesn't trust Dick in what he's doing. And that undercuts that relationship quite a bit for me.
I wonder if you're jumping the gun here, though. I wonder if we'll actually see the scene where this was said, and the context might actually make more sense.
I just like hearing Batman doesn't trust Dick.
Like, what if it's actually
He's
like
been
Jean?
burned by Dick before.
What if it's Jean or Diana who suggests it, and then Batman is the one who goes, "I don't know if they need a chaperone," but then they ultimately agree to do it, and that's what Miss Martian's taking the word from. Is when he was maybe arguing against it.
Maybe, but until then, I'm gonna go with what I'm given.
All right, I don't know.
I think like that's just writing in an explanation. You're excusing it, because of.
I'm not excusing it. I'm trying to excuse it for you. I don't care. I'm fine with it.
Right, and I feel like I don't want to try and excuse it until if they give me a reason later, fair enough. But right now, I feel like I'm going with what I'm given. This is what they're presenting to me as okay. This is what you are. It is. I feel like there's no reason to distrust it right now.
Look at that. Connor's negative in a book again. Everything feels right with the world. Did you like it at all, Connor? Do you want to read the next issue?
I mean, I'll give the first issue a try because this was, like I said, this felt like a mess to me. But maybe in the story it'll be okay. I don't know.
No, I'm definitely gonna read the next one. I was into the new team. I like the build up of them.
I like the art in the Donna Troy section, which I think that's the Nicholas Scott stuff.
I like that section. I also like the section at the end when Miss Martian was
the Sejic-esque stuff.
The Sejic stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I was into
those
that.
two are definitely the good art points.
No, I'm down, and obviously it ends with them. Basically, they've set up they can actually get like a, an alarm goes off. It'll tell them when there's a thing. It reminded me of the Flash TV show a little bit. How they've got like a meta detector.
Yeah.
So they actually all race off to go and we actually get like a tease at the end of Brother Blood raising an army to do his thing. So that seems to be the first plot we're going to do.
Because it's a Titan story, so of course there's going to be Brother Blood at some point.
It
Why
makes
not?
sense.
I love an evil cult.
Yeah.
Like.
Sure. No, that wasn't a negative.
Matt's got several memberships of evil cults. He's in a bunch of them.
No. I find them fascinating in real life, in fiction. Exactly. But just the Church of Blood, such a great evil. Like, it just sounds bad. Like, how dark have you gotten in your life where you're like, I'm gonna join a place called the Church of Blood?
I'll tell you what else I kind of dig, actually. I like that when Dick was arguing to form the new team, he says to the League, he's like, hey, we need someone here to take care of things every time the League runs off to space for some cosmic fight. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, have someone who stays on Earth. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Makes sense.
So, I'm really into the new direction. So, Matt, what would you rate Titans Special?
Because it was so choppy, but I did enjoy some of the art and the ideas going forward. This is 6.5.
Connor, what are you giving it?
I give it a 5.
I think I'll bump. I think I'll go with a 7. I think the points off are definitely for some of the art sections that aren't as good, and the fact that it keeps changing artists. But I like the setup. I like the direction. I like the team, the characters. Even the dialogue feels more confident than before from Abnett's Titans. So I like that. I'm pretty optimistic going into the next issue now.